Good evening and thanks for joining me for the Monday edition of Source 16 News at 10. Well, it's been another stormy afternoon and we now have some video of the damage caused by severe storms that swept across Christian County this afternoon. They prompted tornado warnings for Callaway, Christian, and Todd counties. The severe storm that prompted the tornado warning for Christian County moved over Fort Campbell and Oak Grove and dumped pea-size hail in the Novadale area and dime-size hail in the Pembroke and Hopkinsville area. The Bradshaw and Long Pond Roads area in Christian County appear to have suffered the most damage from the storms that swept north of Pembroke. A barn and a stable were destroyed on Bradshaw Road, and power lines and trees were knocked down either by straight line winds or a tornado.
My husband and I were standing out on the front porch watching the clouds come over, and about that time it just went bam, bam, bam. Trees started falling, the barn fell, just that quick.
Scary?
Very, very. And I hollered, Lord, please help us.
Was that your barn?
No, Sherry Jackson's.
Oh, okay. But everybody okay?
Everybody's fine.
Meanwhile, Governor Steve Beshear today declared a state of emergency due to the severe storms and flooding that impacted the state beginning last week. Of course, more storms and rain are in the forecast. Source 16's meteorologist David Bryant will have a look at what we can expect overnight and into tomorrow coming up in just a few minutes. And this just in, Hopkins County school officials say that they will be reporting to class, or students will be reporting to class tomorrow 1 hour late. Well, the Easter weekend will be remembered not for its celebrations and egg hunts, but more for severe weather. The same severe weather that damaged the St. Louis airport rolled through our area, causing significant damage in Carlisle and Marshall County. The Kentucky Mezzanite site in Marshall County measured over 6 inches of rain, causing water to run over roads like Kentucky Highways 1462, 1949, and 795. Graves County officials also closed part of Kentucky 1283 because of the water. Roads in Hopkins and Christian counties were not immune to the flash flooding, either causing multiple delays in the Hopkinsville and Madisonville areas. Kentucky Mezzanite sites reported almost 2 inches of rain in Hopkins County and an equal amount in Christian County. The rainfall, coupled with the already saturated ground, leaves the precipitation with nowhere to go, and thus flash flooding occurs. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd continues to encourage motorists to avoid unnecessary travel and never drive through standing water on the roadways. Yesterday, the National Weather Service in Paducah held a conference call to discuss the dangers of flooding throughout our viewing area. Meteorologist Rick Shanklin said the next 3 days could produce catastrophic flooding. Residents are urged to remain alert and monitor your surroundings for any high water. If you live in an area prone to flooding, you should make plans now to keep your family safe. Meanwhile, due to the heavy rainfall over the weekend and more predicted over the next 2 days, staff at Land Between the Lakes recreational area plan to close or restrict certain facilities, roads, trails, and campsites. Turkey Bay off-highway vehicle area and Energy Dam have been temporarily closed, as well as some trails, roads, and boat ramps that are prone to flooding or in danger from rising lake levels have also been closed. LBL visitors who use trails, roads, camping areas, and boat ramps are being warned to be extremely cautious. Due to water over the road, access to the Energy Lake campground is only available via Road 134 from US 6880 at this time. In other news, the Mayville Police Department recently finished staffing an entire K-9 unit, but they adopted their last four-legged friend from an unusual place. Major Shannon Keller knew almost immediately the 1-year-old Labrador named Gunner would fit in perfectly with the department after visiting the Marshall County Animal Shelter. Keller says the dog passed nearly every skill test given to him within just a short time. Gunner will spend a week or so getting used to his surroundings before going through the formal training process. Training will include methamphetamine, marijuana, heroin, and other narcotics detection, and the K-9 will be partnered with an officer on the midnight shift at the department within a few weeks. Organizers of Project Graduation 2011 say donations are still needed to ensure this year's drug and alcohol-free event is a night Christian County seniors will never forget.
For Project Graduation, we'll take anything anybody wants to give us. We'll take cash donations, of course, that's always wonderful, and any type of prizes they'd like to donate or gift certificates, anything that they would like to help us out with Project Graduation, that we can ensure that we have a great night for our graduates in the class of 2011.
According to Pyle, without the generosity of the community, project graduation would not be possible.
Donations is project graduation. I mean, we get a grant, a couple grants, different places, but we basically run everything off of donations. And, well, I say donations and cow pasture bingo, and we did discount cards again for the second year. So that is our fundraising efforts. It's all, and I do apply for a grant that gives for each four of the schools, but it's basically us asking our community, which they have always been wonderful to support this, those that have had students to go through, those people know what I'm talking about. They know it's a wonderful event, and they've been so gracious to keep us going for this many years since 1988.
This year's project graduation is scheduled for Friday night, May 27th at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. For more information about how you can donate, you can contact Diane Pyle at 270-887-7053. Kentucky residents that will not be able to vote on May 17th have the option to enter an absentee ballot this week. In-house absentee voting will begin this Friday and run for 2 weeks.
So if your work keeps you from being here, if you're a student that you happen to be in during that time of absentee voting, you can come and vote. If you're military, that you feel like you may get deployed before then, if you're in your last trimester of your pregnancy, you can come in and vote absentee.
In-house absentee voting will take place at the Christian County Clerk's office located in the Christian County Courthouse on South Main Street. They are open Monday through Wednesday from 8 to 4, Thursday from 8 to 6, and Friday from 8 to 4:30. Absentee voting will also be held on Saturday, May 14th from 8 until noon. Voters will need to bring a photo ID. Residents who are out of town and would like to mail their ballot in, and anyone with questions should call the clerk's office at 270-887-4107. A Hopkinsville woman was arrested after police allegedly found her 1-year-old child alone on a sidewalk over the weekend. Hopkinsville police responded to Copperfield Avenue around 3:30 Saturday morning and found the 1-year-old child on the sidewalk crawling around without any supervision. Upon arrival, police reportedly found the door to apartment 3 open and 3 children ages 12, 12, and 8 asleep, but no adult was at the home. The 1-year-old's mother, 26-year-old Christina Weston, came back to the house and told police there was an adult that was supposed to be watching the child, but officers could not contact the person by phone to confirm Weston's story. Weston was charged with first-degree wanton endangerment and lodged in the Christian County Jail. A Hopkins County couple were arrested this morning on theft and drug charges. Kentucky State Police responded to an ATV complaint on Kentucky 813, the White City Road, around 2 o'clock this morning, where Trooper John McGehee found 42-year-old William Miller Jr. and 43-year-old Michelle Miller, both of Madisonville, on a 2011 Polaris Ranger that had been reported stolen from the Bowling Green area. State police say Mr. Miller was under the influence of drugs and Mrs. Miller possessed suspected methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and a firearm. William Miller Jr. was arrested and charged with aggravated driving under the influence and receiving stolen property under $10,000, while Michelle was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and carrying a concealed deadly weapon. The couple was lodged in the Hopkins County Detention Center. And a house fire in Gracie Friday night is being investigated after police reportedly found the homeowner extremely intoxicated. The Christian County Sheriff's Department responded to 210 Fowler Road around 10 o'clock Friday night and found the homeowner, Jeffrey Fowler, standing in the roadway extremely intoxicated. Police say Fowler walked toward his vehicle and grabbed a beer from his truck and opened it in front of him on the scene and started to drink it. Fowler was arrested for alcohol intoxication, possession of a controlled substance, disorderly conduct, intimidating a participant in a legal process, and prescription of a controlled substance not in its original container. According to police, Fowler had called 911 multiple times earlier in the night and either hung up or told dispatch to leave him alone. The state fire marshal's office was called to the scene to investigate the cause of the blaze. Smith was booked into the Christian County Jail. Authorities report wet road conditions caused a wreck in Trigg County that injured a Cadiz woman yesterday morning. Around 11:30, Kentucky State Police responded to a single vehicle wreck on Kings Chapel Road, where 30-year-old Stacy Gibbs lost control of her vehicle due to the wet road conditions and ran off the road and crashed into a tree. Gibbs was treated at the scene by the Trigg County Ambulance Service and transferred to the Trigg County Hospital. A bicyclist was hit and injured in Guthrie over the weekend. 51-year-old Donna Gregory of Guthrie was riding a bicycle north on Kentucky Street when state police say she did not stop at the intersection of East Park Street and was hit by a vehicle driven by 27-year-old Elizabeth Mallory of Dunmore. Gregory, who was not wearing a helmet, was transported by ambulance to Gateway Medical Center in Clarksville and later transferred to Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville. And a deer caused a single vehicle wreck on Butler Road yesterday afternoon that injured a Hopkinsville man. The Christian County Sheriff's Department reports 51-year-old Barbara Gibbs of Hopkinsville was on Butler Road approaching the Christian Todd County line. When she told police, a deer ran out in front of her, causing her to swerve and collide into a guardrail. A passenger in Gibbs' vehicle, 38-year-old Robert Juckett of Hopkinsville, was transported by ambulance to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. Now here's a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. The Christian County Senior Citizen Center will host a ribbon cutting Friday afternoon at 4 at 1402 West 7th Street. And Simply Unique Boutique will host a ribbon cutting Saturday morning at 11:30 at 206A Indian Trail. Coming up this week, the Spring 2011 Shred Day will be held Friday. If you have sensitive documents in your office or home, you can bring up to 100 pounds of documents for shredding to the Public Works Complex Friday from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at 705 North Main Street. Spring 2011 Shred Day is courtesy of the City of Hopkinsville and Piranha Mobile Shredding. For questions, you can call 270-890-0215. And in honor of National Join Hands Day, Woodmen of the World and Big Brothers Big Sisters of West Kentucky will co-sponsor a Super Spaghetti Saturday. That fundraiser will be held Saturday afternoon from 4 until 7 at the Woodmen of the World facility at 1908 Pembroke Road. Tickets per plate are $5 for adults to 13 years old, $3 per plate for children ages 6 through 12 years old, and children age 5 and under eat free. For questions or to purchase a ticket, call 270-886-8172. These chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan. Taking a look at Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot, it's up to $29 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $20 million.